it's super important for us to be able to hand our clients off once they've invested in a property into the hands of the people who know what they're doing to generate the best investment returns as possible. Rachel's that person. So we're gonna go chat with her today. I'm sat here today with Rachel Hugenschmidt. I know I got that last name right because, did I not get it right?
You did.
Okay, I've practiced it so many times over several months to make sure that it was correct. But we're sat here with Rachel today. She is the owner and founder of Jungle Lux, and they do property management, vacation rentals, a little bit of real estate, interior design. And having been here for as long as I have been and as long as Colibri Property has been around, we are always looking for the best to work with our clients, especially as towards the end of a deal with the investors who are clients. You know, most people who are investing with us, I would say 80–85% are looking for a wonderful place to visit whenever they're in town here in the Riviera Maya. And the rest of the time they want to make a residual income through vacation rentals. And certainly they don't want to be trying to manage a property here in the Riviera Maya and Tulum areas when they're living, in most cases, in the United States or Canada. So Rachel is one of those people that we have found over the last couple of years who does an amazing job, has a very strong attention to detail, and has a lot of different talents and different capacities here in the business. So when I have a client who is looking to close on a property or is moving towards the delivery of a property, we put them in touch with Rachel so that she can work her magic. So thank you so much, Rachel, for taking the time.
Absolutely. So we've seen a lot of tourists come into Tulum, ramping up. It's getting crazy. So I came out of the house specifically to meet you today because during high season, a lot of times I just work only in my villa. I literally just stay there on the computer 18 hours a day.
Okay.
A lot of moving parts in our business, so.
Makes sense. Well, we are sat in Rachel's office, which has this amazing background here and a wonderful couch and a wonderful puppy to join us.
Salchicha. That's the Spanish version of Weenie Dog. This is Mason. He's the actual boss.
Makes sense. What Mason wants, Mason gets. The rest of the office that you can't see, at least around us, is full of stuff that is going to be moving into properties, I'm guessing, over the next couple weeks, as Rachel put it. Is this the best place to chat, or what is there? You had an idea that you mentioned earlier.
Yes. So I have one of our really amazing premium villas that I'd love to show you. It's right here in Aldeas Nama. It sleeps 12. So maybe we should head over there. Yeah,
let's head over there, and people who are watching this can see what a high income property looks like here in Tulum. So let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
Awesome. I love the street here too. I know it's only single family homes, a bunch of luxury villas right here in the area.
Really pretty. Yeah.
Great natural light.
So the way it all started is I showed up in Tulum in 2020. So I was sick of the pandemic like everybody else. I was having weenie dog happy hour. I had a couple weenie dogs, and you couldn't hang out with anybody. You couldn't do anything. So I was like having a cocktail with my weenie dogs. I was like, this is something else. Maybe I want to look around. Maybe I want a plan B. Maybe I don't know what's going on in the world, right? I think everybody felt like that. So I ended up coming to Tulum. It had been like just one of the places on my list.
Okay.
My boyfriend's passport was expired, so I called my brother, who is a world traveler. I mean, he's been to China and Asia, and all over the place. And I said, Russ, like, I want to go to Mexico. He's like, what? Why? I'm like, because I want to go see Tulum. It looks cool. He's like, well, you're not going alone. I go, well, of course. Let's go. So we came over here, and the second day we were here, I was like, Russ, I love it here. Like, I'm gonna get a place here. And he's like 13 years older than me. He's like, you're stupid. He's like, you're so annoying. Like, we're on vacation. Like, why are you doing this?
Just wait.
So yeah, just wait. So but lo and behold, it was contagious. Tulum was addictive to me. I loved it. I kept coming back. Ended up buying a lot, did develop. I mean, so with a background in real estate, interior design, Airbnb, flipping, remodeling, I mean, I went and looked at some condos and then saw that I could go into Region 11 and build a whole house for the same price. And I was like, okay, I think I'm going to do it. Dang, I just bumble my way through life.
And so as somebody, it works out. You look for opportunities, right? And one of the sayings that we have, as long as we've been here, with any hardship that we find here in the Riviera Maya, Tulum, Mexico in general, we say it's Mexico, and that's why there's opportunity.
Yeah.
And there are wonderful things that enriching and rewarding things that we've also taken from Mexico too. So it's not to say it's not downplaying Mexico's role in the world or as an amazing place to live. However, there are some inefficiencies that exist, and there's no sense in saying that they don't.
Right, exactly. Like they exist, but I think, you know what, it's like there's always a way to adapt, right? So we say, okay, like in our American way, we're like, hey, the operations manager, these are all the things that he does. That's not how it exists here. Like that's kind of pieced out into maybe 3 jobs.
Okay.
So that way it's like really linear, and they really understand like, okay, these are the things that you're responsible for, because all of those things, it's too much.
Yep.
And then, then it can't work. Like the system is really important. And instead of hiring a manager for my house, I decided to start a company. So we started out the company with 2 units.
Okay.
100 units,
You
100% occupied.
And you're at the point now where you can't be hands-on. So
no, but
you can, but you can't be. But you'll just spread yourself.
There's certain things
so
that
thin
I
so
have
quickly.
that I have to deal with. So there are certain things like optimizing listings, or dealing with difficult, really complicated guest situations, or dealing with complicated Airbnb situations. Like there are certain things that I only have the permissions to do, or certain things with money or whatever. So there's certain things that I have to be like really at the top level. So actually today we're telling all of our owners, we're sending out our statements for the month, our owner newsletter today and tomorrow, and we're going to tell the owners, like, you guys are in your owner chat groups. You 1 day a week, you could book a 15-minute call with me if you need something from me, or you need to tell my team that you need to convey something to me because I can't read your messages. Like we have to make sure the reviews are good. Your reviews and your money and your revenue. Like a supervisor, we have our app, we have our standards, we get photos, and it's amazing. Like it was the best thing that I did. Was when we made that change last year and went to contract. So that was,
And are you pretty confident in your, let's call it a property management system? Is that something that you guys have, one big one that pretty much ties everything together?
So we use HostAway. It's one
I'm
of the bigger ones.
not looking for your secrets, but
I don't think anything's a secret. You know what? I don't think anything's a secret. It is work ethic. People can copy one thing you do, but they can't copy you. And I think, it's easy to feel like, oh, there's going to be more competitors. They're not you. And they don't have the drive, or in my case, the determination, or I've learned so much patience. I have more patience probably than anyone you know. So, but my goal in coming, not only, like this for me wasn't a goal of only making money. It was also about enriching the lives of my employees. And that's important to me. Like, helping them learn things, helping them earn more, helping them see like improvement in their lives. And that's something that's really, I think, really important to me in our business. And so it isn't only like, oh, this is a great opportunity, we came here to earn money. There's more than that. And and I think that fits with Tulum, Tulum's a bazillion years old, there's a lot of culture and history here. It's a really beautiful place.
Yeah, for sure. You talk about evolution and how there's been so much history here, and it continues to develop. Conveying that and moving that towards vacation rentals. What type of evolution have you seen just since, let's say, the pandemic?
It's fast. How it started, all the condos, and that really evolved, and then it evolved into villas, and then the builders were delivering the specs, and the prices now are ramping up quickly. And I think now, I think we're going to really go into a place of people, spending money on luxury villas, wanting custom features, wanting faucets and plugs in the island and things, not just whatever the builder will deliver, like a specific faucet, like a more custom design. So when it comes to design, I think that Tulum is advancing at a very, very quick pace.
Yep.
And I think it's outpacing some of the builders that build here. I think it's drawing new people, but I think from a real estate and rental perspective, people are gonna all of a sudden expect a lot more. They're not just gonna be like, well, you can have 5 bedrooms with these beds. And they want hotel soap, they want duvet covers, but they want like, you know, an oven, and they want like a really luxury experience.
And for years, especially with condos, and it's interesting how you're saying how it's evolved, we've been a part of condo projects where owners are like, well, what about the oven? And like, well, nobody's cooking Thanksgiving dinner here, by the way.
They are now.
But they are. Whether they're doing it themselves or they have a chef come in.
It's definitely evolving into a more luxury environment. People are going to be spending more money. Like, it's going to be, it already is really, I think, Mexico's premier luxury destination. And it's not gonna stop. And with things coming in here like Faina and Standard and all the things that are happening, I mean, it used to be a place where you got a cute little studio and you put a dream catcher in it, and people came and they rented, and it's not anymore. It's different. So coming from that market, like that Scottsdale market, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take the listing optimization, the AI pricing, the right platform, the right team, the right processes, and like, you know, as much automation as possible. You know, and then on the flip side, the guest services team. We have a really, really robust guest services team of 5 individuals. We have in-house concierges. Everybody is full English speaking. There's in-person greetings at the villas. So, you know, it's going to take all of the components and all of the effort.
As well, we want to make sure those people are happy. Well, in order to build a place like this and provide those types of services, you have to have that type of a capacity for that. And then, like you said, optimizing then the other side of the business, which is actually attracting those people. You have to have, in order to keep up with them, you also have to have and find them. You have to be from a marketing standpoint.
And then there's the marketing, right? And then there's the marketing, there's the aesthetic, there's the Instagram, the website, you know, how you handle that part of it. And then at the end, there's also the interior design. Like, this is a super aesthetic place. Tulum is this neutral, wabi-sabi, valley, earth tones, you know, they want all of the textures, you know, mixed in with the jungle, and like, that's what's really appealing. So, you know, another thing we do try to do with clients like yours is really walk them through what to expect in their first 2 years.
What is the onboarding process if you're willing to accept
That's
a property?
the thing, we're actually going we're going towards almost an application process because we can't take everybody.
Sure.
As nice as they are and as much as we love them, we can't take everybody. We have really been gathering partners though all along the way that like, hey, we know this person would be a really great fit, so we try to hand people off. But so the onboarding process with us depends on where they come from, right? Whether we're furnishing it or not. But we do things like inventory of their property. We talk with the owners, tell them about the requirements, about the linens, the soaps, things like that, what platforms they're gonna go on. Once they get their properties photographed, they get access to the owner portal, they can book their own reservations, they have full transparency, they can see from every platform, like where the reservations are coming from. We give them a monthly statement. They have an owner chat group. We send out a monthly newsletter to give them full information about the Tulum market or something that we're doing internally. Like sometimes we're doing maintenance inspections. Like we got all of the ACs in these units ready before season.
Makes sense.
Because we want to have as little problems as possible. So the onboarding process for the owners, I think we try to make it as easy and clear as possible. So that way they know what to expect. It takes a few weeks and then they're live. That revenue conversation, we're really also talking to them about the strategy. Like that's why we need all the photos. We have to do some social media promotion. We have to do other things like some specials and this and that. So the first year, they're gonna make money, but they're not gonna make money like a second or third year. So they have to really like rack up their reviews and get there and, really understand that it's gonna take a little bit of time, just like any business. They're coming here and running a business.
Yep.
So I think the revenue discussion is really important. Next, the tax discussion is important. They're running a business. You're not going to come here just because it's Mexico and not pay taxes.
Of course.
So there's a variety of things you can do. We have accountants, you have accountants, like they just have to spend the time, decide what they want to do, and they can pay, anywhere between, let's say 2.5% to 25%. It's just going to matter.
And that depends upon their residency status.
Yeah, it depends on their residency status. It depends on a lot of different things. I think they need to have an open mind, and I think they need to see what the opportunities are, and then like their investment strategy. So if they have one condo or they have 3 villas, I mean, there's a different strategy.
Sure.
I know that there's trust, there's corporations, there's different reasons why everybody opens what they open, and even like a Canadian client versus an American client, there's things that are better for each. Okay. So what we try to do is do things the right way, because we're a properly set up Mexican corporation that's licensed. We also license our rentals. But they need to know, the right owners for us need to understand that they need to do, what's right. Anyways, you're buying a piece of property in Mexico and you're agreeing to follow the laws.
100%.
So those are the laws. So.
If you had up to $200,000, what type of property would you buy?
I would buy a condo, a 1-bedroom with a sunny plunge pool.
Okay.
I would try to find the sunniest plunge pool that I could find. It needs to have a plunge pool. If you're buying a condo in this day and age, you need a plunge pool.
Okay.
And you should try to get a penthouse. So maybe you're going to be over in Holistica, or you're going to be in Valletta.
Okay.
You're probably not buying a condo with a plunge pool in Aldeazama at this point.
Yeah.
But I would rather buy something with a plunge pool in Valletta than a studio with no outdoor space in Aldeazama, because those still will not rent.
Okay, so let's jump to up to $350,000. The reason I go up to $350,000 is because I know that there are some independent individual dwellings that exist in different parts of Tulum. So if you had $350,000, there are more options.
So with $350,000, I would either buy a penthouse in Aldeazama, or there's some nice products like with a swim up or something. So something that had a really stunning property. So I'd either buy that in Aldeazama, or I would go outside into Region 11 or Valletta or Holistica and buy like a 3-bedroom villa. Like
a little villa.
With a nice garden, sunny pool.
Okay.
Nice space, well designed.
Okay.
If I had more money to spend,
let's jump up to 600, because I think 5 and 6 600 opens you up to some really nice properties in Lumzama that are going to have 3 bedrooms at that point, and then you have an argument maybe to be able to build something if you can still find a lot in Aldeazama for under 200. Which is tough to do at this point.
Just tough. At $400 a square meter for the land, I think that's really tough. I think now you're. I think to build in Aldeazama, you're $750,000 to $1 million. I mean, I think that's where you're at. Okay. You've got your La Privadas and your gated communities. I mean, that's just a.
But if we were to go up to 600 to 800 even, would you go for a resale house in Aldeazama versus a very large, luxurious 3-bedroom penthouse?
Now, since I have experience in flipping and remodeling, I would really start looking at resales, because I think there's going to start being this opportunity here.
Some of the older
houses. Not to flip, but to remodel or redo a little bit. But I think probably I would try to find a resale in Aldeazama that I could jazz up. Okay. Or I would go and build a property in a fringe area of Region 15, only certain areas, because I think when you get too deep back in there,
closer to Main Avenue.
Yeah, closer to Kukulkan.
Yeah.
So it's easily accessible. Valletta is really pretty tapped for land right now, but there is still some stuff in Holistica that's really nice. Yeah. So I think that would be a really good option over there. Or of course, 11 is my favorite, because I live there. I think it's still a little bit of an underdog.
And then 2 more zones. Let's say up to 1.2 million, and I say that because then there are some other properties that are beachfront just north of Tulum, like Solomon Bay, Tanca Bay, versus what we would call a $1 million villa in Aldea-Zama?
I think I would start be looking beachfront at that point, and I think that there's some good fixer-uppers on Tonka Bay that you could really make a really amazing property.
Rachel, thank you so much for your time today. I know at this point in the year, you have very, very, very little of it. So we do appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Nice to see you again.
You too. Yeah.
Right.